It's calling me. That was the last thing my husband said, before something in him changed. His eyes weren't fully on me anymore. It was like his attention had been pulled somewhere else in the room. His hand started lowering toward the pot. Slowly. Not like he chose to, but like something was guiding it. "Hey, stop," I said quickly, moving closer. I grabbed his arm. For a second, nothing. Then he blinked hard and pulled back like he had just woken up. What was I doing?" he asked. I didn't answer. Because I didn't know. We didn't stay in that room after that. We left to my sister's place before morning fully came. No planning. No discussion. Just one decision. We couldn't spend another night there. My husband drove in silence. Every now and then, he glanced at me, like he was checking if I was still normal. I was doing the same. We went straight to my sister's place. She opened the door and paused. "What happened?" she asked. "We need help," my husband said. We went in. I told her everything. The wedding. The gift. The pot. The nights. And what almost happened. She listened quietly. At first, she looked confused. Then serious. Then, something else. When I finished, she asked, "Are you sure no one has been entering your house?" "We checked everything," my husband said. "Doors. Windows. We even stayed awake." She nodded slowly. But she didn't look convinced. "Sometimes," she said. "It's not about who enters." My husband leaned forward. "Then what is it?" She hesitated. "There are things you can try. Take it to a pastor. Some people go to a seer. Others throw it away. Or leave the house for a while and see if it stops." "And if it doesn't?" I asked. She looked at me. "Then it means you don't understand what you're dealing with yet." That didn't help. It only made things heavier. After a while, my husband stood up. "We should go." I agreed. Something about the place suddenly felt uncomfortable. Like we had said too much. We left. The drive back was quiet again. When we got home, everything looked normal. Too normal. We went straight to the bedroom. The pot was still in the corner. Exactly where we left it. My husband stopped at the doorway. "What is it?" I asked. He didn't answer immediately. Then he said, "Did you move anything before we left?" "No." He nodded slowly. But he didn't look convinced. We just stood there, looking at the room. Because even though nothing looked different, it didn't feel the same. Then his phone rang. He looked at it, then answered. At first, he just listened. Then his face changed. Not fear. Confusion. Deep confusion. "What do you mean you saw me leave?" he said. His grip tightened. I stepped closer. "What are they saying?" I asked. Then he lowered the phone slowly. "My coworker," he said quietly. "He's asking why I left work during my break and never came back." I frowned. That doesn't make sense. At work. You didn't go anywhere. We've been together all day. He looked at me. That's the problem. They are sure I was there. There was a pause, then he added, like he didn't even believe himself, "But I was here with you." Neither of us said anything after that. We didn't argue. We didn't try to explain it. We just stood there, both thinking the same thing but not saying it out loud. This wasn't just about the pot anymore. Something didn't just enter our home. It followed us. He looked at me slowly. "Let's get rid of it," he said suddenly. I nodded immediately. We didn't waste time. We went straight into the room, picked it up, and carried it out like we couldn't stand having it near us any longer. The house felt too quiet as we moved, like it was aware of what we were doing. We didn't go far. Just far enough to be out of sight. He dropped it first, and we both stepped back, standing there for a few seconds like we were waiting for something to happen. Nothing did. "Let's go," he said. We walked back home in silence. Inside, the house felt different. Not peaceful. Just empty. Like something had been taken out, but not really gone. My husband picked up his keys. "I'm going to the office." I looked at him. "Now. I need to confirm what they said," he replied. "I need to see it for myself." I didn't argue. I just nodded. I watched him leave, waited until I heard the gate close, then closed the door behind him. The house became quiet again. Too quiet. I tried to distract myself, but nothing felt normal. I kept thinking about what his coworker said. About how someone could be somewhere they never went. Then I heard the front door open. I froze. I knew that sound. "Babe." I called out. No answer. Then footsteps. Slow. Familiar. Moving into the house. It was my husband. Relief came first. I took a step back. "Did you forget something?" I asked. He didn't answer immediately. He just looked at me for a second, then walked past me like nothing was wrong. Like he had just come back home. My heart was still racing, but I told myself to calm down. Maybe I was overthinking. Maybe everything that had happened was starting to get into my head. He moved around the house normally. No rush. No confusion. Just normal. And that was what made it harder to question. Then my phone started ringing. I glanced at the screen. His name. I frowned. Slowly, I looked up at the man inside the house. He was still there, moving around like nothing was wrong. My hand tightened around the phone before I answered. "Hello." His voice came through immediately. "Open the gate," he said. "I forgot my ID, I need to come back and pick it." My chest tightened. "I thought you just came back," I said slowly. There was a pause on the other end. "What do you mean?" he asked. I didn't respond. I just stood there, phone in my hand, staring at the man inside the house. While the same voice was still speaking to me from outside. Stay for part 4, this is where the truth starts to show.